Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a great day so far. We're going to talk about these two new blushes from Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Blurring Serum blushes. And I have tested these thoroughly. I think I have used them for 7 times. Yeah, I have two shades. I have baby pink, I have guava. I think I used baby pink 3 times and I've used guava 4 times, maybe even 5 times, something like that. Yeah, well, I've tested them out and I have some thoughts. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. First, I want to tell you what's on my face today. And because we're talking about ABH, I thought it would be a good idea to use some more ABH products on my face today. But I have to admit, I do not own that many ABH products. So I use the ABH Brow Wiz on my brows. I use those pencils all the time. I really like them. And on my eyes, my eyeshadow is the Cosmos palette. I have it here. And I definitely didn't give this one enough love this year. So I think you all know how this looks like, right? But I'm gonna show you. This is how she looks like. This is the Cosmos palette. And there is one other palette from ABH that I have. That's the Nouveau palette. I really like the Nouveau palette. I love that one. I think it came out about 3 or 4 years ago. Am I right? 21 or 22? Yeah, something like that. And then this one got released, and then last year it was the romance palette. What was the name again? Something with romance. I didn't like that palette. But this one, the Cosmos and also the Nouveau palette, I really like them. I still enjoy them. I like the Nouveau palette a little bit more, a little bit better than this Cosmos palette, but this is very pretty too. Some other things I like to mention, because like I said, I do not own a lot of ABH products. I have the eyeshadows, I have brow products, and now I have the blushes. I do not have a single lipstick from the brand or a lip pencil. I do not have foundation. So yeah, if there are like ABH products you recommend to me, then please let me know in the comments, because I'm always open to discover new products. So let me know if there are any products you really like from this brand that I should try. Also, I want to mention that I am testing out this sweet mascara. It's the Pro Lash Lift mascara. I've used it for the very first time today, and it does lift my lashes, but it doesn't really give a lot of volume. So I'm not going to jump into conclusions, because I have only used it once now. And sometimes with mascaras or with new mascaras, there is this kind of like learning curve, you know, that sometimes you have to get to know the wand, how the wand works, or how to make the wand work for you. I think that's what's going on with this mascara. So yeah, first impression is a bit mwah, but like I said, I don't want to jump into conclusions. Right now, I'm gonna test it some more, and then I will share my thoughts with you in a review, or I will share them on Instagram. I'm not sure yet, but you'll see. So without any further ado, let's get started and talk about the ABH blushes. I want to talk a bit about the logo first, the ABH logo. I'm gonna show you some close-up pictures from the packaging. As you can see, there the Anastasia Beverly Hills logo is still there, but I also see these, you know, the capitals ABH in some kind of different font. I don't know exactly what ABH is doing. Are they rebranding? Or is this new, or did I miss something? I don't know, you tell me if you know. It's a little bit weird. I think they're like rebranding or something like that. There are 6 shades available. I have picked up 2 shades, Baby Pink and Guava. And Baby Pink is your cool toned pink. Guava is a peachy pink shade. And then there are 3 other shades. One is peach. And then we have hibiscus, which is a bright pink coral shade. And then we have plum, which is of course a plum shade, a bright plum shade. And I think that one will look amazing on deeper skin tones. These shades, like Guava is peachy pink. I already told you and it is peachy pink. Very, very beautiful shade, very pretty. It matches my skin tone. It looks very good on me. It's not too warm, it's not too cool, it's a little bit in between. But the other one, Baby Pink, it's not pink. It's lilac or lavender, or lilac lavender. This one contains a lot of blue. And I know that when you are looking for a cool toned pink blush, this is probably gonna be a good shade for you. If you like that touch of lilac and lavender. But this is not the baby pink that I think of when I think of baby pink. It's just, there's too much purple, too much blue in undertone in this blush. So on my skin tone, it looks a little bit weird. Sometimes with like berry toned blushes, or blushes that have a little bit of purple in it, it can look like a bruise on my face. It just looks a little bit weird. And I kind of had that same thing with the baby pink blush. So I want you to be aware of that. It's not as pink as I thought it would be. It's just more, it's way more cool toned than I expected. And of course with baby pink I expect a cool tone, a cool undertone, but this is just too much for me. So this also looks a little bit, yeah, like a bruise on me. It just makes me look a little bit weird. So this shade, not for me. The other one though, Guava, perfect for me. So the formula of these blushes, it's a liquid blush. It's a matte liquid blush. And there is a lot to tell about this formula, but I have to grab my phone because all the information is on the ABH website and I can't like memorize it all. So I have to look it up. Let me see what ABH says. They say fresh, bouncy color in every drop with a gel-like texture and vibrant matte color. It grips to the skin, creating a flushed from within effect. And then they say the pointed needle tip applicator is designed for precise placement and perfect amount of product. ABH says this is a hybrid marvel that marries the hydration of skincare with the bold impact of high coverage makeup. This innovative soft matte liquid blush is designed to transform your makeup routine with its radiant blurred finish and striking color payoff. And then they say some things about the formula, and this is what I was looking for. These blushes, they contain niacinamide and pomegranate peels extract. Yeah. Oh yeah, this, they say why you will love these. High coverage, vibrant color payoff, moisture packed fluid color, lightweight bouncy texture, serum-like formula, customizable color, precision tip applicator, and ideal for all ages and skin types. Yeah, that's a mouthful, right? Anastasia Beverly Hills claims that this blush has a blurring effect. I don't really see that, to be honest. It doesn't enhance any skin texture, so that's very good. But I can't really say that it's blurring. No. It's good. It's just a nice blush. It looks good. But blurring effect? Nah. No, not really. These blushes are liquid blushes. Matte liquid blushes. So that means that these are not for everyone, because matte blushes do not look good on everyone. I have experienced that myself. I have bought 2 of the Guerlain blushes a while ago. I think it's 3 or 4 months ago. Those are matte powder blushes and they make me look so dull and flat. They just didn't do anything for my appearance. So I was a little bit afraid that these matte blushes would have that same effect on me. But as long as you do not use too much product, these will look good on you. But do not build up the color. Just use a very tiny amount and then you're doing fine, but do not build it up because it's gonna look really awful on you. Let me tell you why. With this blush, you just have to use a tiny amount of product and you tap it in with your fingertips and that's it. Maybe you can do like a second layer, but that's it. Because if you are going to build up the intensity of the shade to get a more vibrant color, it's gonna look like an extra layer of product on your cheeks. It looks a little bit like you painted the blush on your cheek. So that is the best advice I can give you. Do not use too much product because it's really gonna look ugly. You don't want that. There's one more thing I have to say about the matte finish. When you want to try these, or when you have tried these and you think, oh, the matte formula, that's not working for me, it looks really weird on me, just put a little bit of highlighter on top, a little bit of liquid highlighter or powder highlighter, whatever you want, because then you give some more dimension to the face and you don't look that flat anymore. So in my experience, a matte formula, a matte blush needs a little bit of highlighting powder or liquid highlighter on top of it, just to give that face a little bit more like brightness and light. Application wise, I advise you to use your fingertips. I have tried this blush with several application techniques. I've used my fingertips. I have used a synthetic brush. Let me grab that one. It's this one. It's from Rare Beauty, and this is my favorite brush for liquid blushes. But it didn't really work with the ABH blush. This blush is just perfect to apply with your fingertips. Just put a few little dots here and then slightly dab that in or tab it in with your fingertips for the best result. When you apply these with your fingertips, the blush kind of, you know, melts together with your foundation or your base products, and it looks very natural. It looks very healthy, very fresh, and that works very good. But when I used my brush, it looked a little bit more layered, and yeah, I just didn't really like that. I also want to mention that the baby pink shade left some stains on my Rare Beauty brush. I'm going to show you some close-ups, so I hope you can see it. There's just a little bit, yeah, there are some stains. And I have never had that before with liquid blushes. Maybe I waited too long with washing my brush. I'm not sure, but I used the baby pink shade with this brush. I washed it, I think, a couple of hours later, and then I noticed that there are some pink stains on the brush. And I'm kind of disappointed about that. I mean, that shouldn't happen, right? The blushes do not stain on my cheeks. I can wash it off very easily. But for some reason they do stain on my brush, and I don't like that. I don't want that. So I'm a little bit disappointed about that, and I just wanted to let you know that, you know, maybe it will happen to you. For this reason, because of these stains, I didn't try the blushes with other brushes, with other cheek brushes. You know, most of the time when I'm testing new blushes, I use a synthetic brush, and I also use a brush with a natural hair, just to see if it makes a difference in application or color payoff, and maybe one of them works better, you know. But because of the stains, I thought I don't want to ruin like another brush, so I didn't use this formula with a natural hair cheek brush. Just, you know, so you know. Yeah, so I'm kind of disappointed. I'm gonna wash. I have washed it now for, I think, 3 times, maybe 4 even. Yeah, and it's still not completely gone. The stains are still there. I can see them. Yeah, and that bothers me. That bothers me. Of course, we also have to talk about the longevity of these blushes. And yeah, not so good. I mean, the color fades during the day. And, you know, in the morning, when you apply that blush, and you look in the mirror and you see that fresh, vibrant color, and you think, ooh, that looks so good. And then you're at work and it's noon, and you take a look in the mirror and you think, where's the color? The color is gone. Yeah, that happens. I'm sorry. Also, patchiness. Not huge. I'm not gonna say that there are like there's patchiness all over the place. No, 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 not at all. But I did notice that I think after about 6-7 hours of wear, maybe 8, somewhere around that, I did see some dry patches, you know, just some spots where the color just disappeared completely. Okay, my friends, final thoughts. Formula wise, okay. I don't really see that blurring effect, but the formula is nice. It feels nice. It applies very evenly on the skin, especially when you use your fingertips. Do not use a brush. Fingertips work way better. It applies very evenly. It feels smooth. It's not sticky. I think I forgot to mention that earlier, but this one, it dries down very quickly and it doesn't leave any stickiness to the skin. That's a very good thing. But you do not want to use too many layers of product. It's gonna look really weird. It's gonna look like you have put on like a layer of paint, and it just that doesn't look good. So these blushes are just made to be used in one layer, maybe two, and that's it. You don't want to use more product. It's gonna look awful on your cheeks, really. Don't do that. If you just use a tiny amount, it looks great. The blurring effect, not really there. I didn't really see it. I think I've mentioned that it doesn't enhance a skin texture or pores or whatever, but it doesn't really blur it either. So it just looks good. It looks good. If you don't use too much, it looks good. Longevity wise, could be better. Like I said, the color fades during the day, and I did notice some patchiness throughout the day. Could be me, maybe it's just my combo oily skin. I never have these issues when I use powder products, when I use a powder blush. So probably, you know, powder products just work better for me. But yeah, I think in terms of longevity, could be better, yeah. And yeah, last but not least, the stains on my Rare Beauty blush brush. If you have any advice for me how I can get rid of those stains, please let me know, because it's just, I am really underwhelmed by this. I don't want no stains on my brushes. I mean, that should not happen, Anastasia Beverly Hills. Your products should not stain. When I wash my brush, the stains, no, the product just needs to go. Yeah. So, yeah, if you have any advice how to get rid of those stains on my brush, please let me know, because I really want to get rid of them. This just should not happen. That all being said, I am not overly impressed by these blushes. I am, yeah. I will use them. I'm pretty sure I'm going to use them more, especially with a nice highlighter on top. But that only applies to the Guava shade. I'm gonna declutter the baby pink shade. It's not the right shade for me. So okay, I think that's it for today. Maybe this review was a little bit like messy, but I do hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comment section, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.